Hi, my name is Wilson and I'm a student of GHS Buea Town and the pollution group in the Yarn Association. My main aims are to demonstrate and show the effects of littering to the environment and also the society. If you look closely around me, you can see that this place has been littered with human waste, which has made this environment not conducive for agriculture.
My name is Jose Samson. I attend GHS Buea Town and I am part of the pollution group in the Yarn organization in Cameroon. To continue with, my partner had thrown more light on the effects of land pollution in Cameroon. I would like us to embark on a journey as I interview a worker at an organization called Cameroon. Jose Samson, and here are members of the organization I told you about, Green Cameroon. I'm here to interview them on land pollution, and I would like them to please elaborate some facts which I'll be posing to them, some questions.
Name?
And I would like to know your names, please.
Okay, hi, I'm Marie.
And I'm Thijs.
Okay.
So we can start from there. Places in Buea where trash is being dumped.
Well, I think the problem is that it's a bit everywhere. I think in every part of the city there are some places where people just dump their waste. It's already good if we have one place per community.
Yeah.
That's already good, but it's a bit, the problem is that it's a bit everywhere. People dump their waste also when they're driving through their window and stuff like that, so we have a lot of waste everywhere.
I think that we all realize that that is not the best way to handle waste. Unfortunately, we produce a lot of waste and we have to treat it as good as possible so it has at least in bad impact on the environment. It isn't easy, of course, but we should adapt our landfills in such a way that like the liquids aren't going into the soil and polluting the soil or water, that methane isn't just going into the thin air and
I think that the landfill is really should be the last solution. We should first try to reduce the waste, reuse it, recycle it, and really only the things that we cannot do anything with should be dumped in the landfill. And there I know Hisakam is already doing some very good work here in Cameroon, especially in Douala and Yaoundé. They also have recycle projects, recycle bins. They have projects to also gather the gas to make energy. So these are really interesting things that can be done also in Buea.
Okay.
Heavy metals, of course, are a big problem. They go straight into the soil and end up in our water.
Old fridges, for example.
Yeah.
They produce a lot of greenhouse gases.
All the chemicals that are in the packaging of all our products.
But then also plastic. Plastic stays for like more or less 400 years in the ground.
Whoa.
So it pollutes the soil and the water for 400 years. Glass is the one that stays the longest in the ground because it doesn't really, how do you say that, degrade.
Yeah.
So it stays for 4,000 years, but it's less polluting because it doesn't, mix up with the environment.
Yeah.
It's just dangerous for the animals, and just not beautiful. But I think fridges are a very good example of what you should not just throw on the ground or in a landfill, but what you should treat differently.
As we already said, dumping trash should be the last resort. We should first of all start with what we can do ourselves, which is reducing our waste and reusing materials. Like we can reduce, like just not use one bag for tomatoes and one plastic bag for onions, but put both in the same bag and you have already one bag less. And so also reuse material that has gone, like the plastic bottles. Once you drank the beverage, you can use a plastic bottle to put anything in there. And then of course recycle, which is more on an industrial level or a governmental level, which has to be implemented. So the recycling industry should also be active more in this area.
Is that actually you can dump in the nature, and it's the organic waste.
Yeah.
So I think the first level of sensitization and education to the people is really to explain what's the difference between organic and non-organic, and to explain that it's okay to dump organic waste, but it's not okay to dump inorganic waste without any rules or without respecting any treatment.
Recycling could be, for example, all the cans, like a Coca-Cola can or a Fanta can or whatever. You can recycle, so reuse the same material, melt it down again, and use it again as a basic material to make something new from it. Or recycled paper, for example, or there are really many examples.
It's actually part of the 3R strategy that everyone is talking about. It's the approach that says that you have to reduce, reuse and recycle to manage waste the best as well as possible. And we have a nice example, for example, in Sweden, only 4% of their waste go to the landfills, and they also have a very, very good system that make them, how do you say that, recover the gases, the methane gas, and with that so it's a project called From Waste to Energy, and with that they can deliver energy to more than, I think, 250,000 houses or something like that. So, and now their system is so pertinent and so performant that they buy waste from their neighboring countries to be able to produce that energy. So it's quite, I think this is a very good example of where we can go to as an objective.
Separate your organic and non-organic waste. That's a start. Second of all, don't throw your trash anywhere on the street or in the nature. No, put it in a trash can and make sure that Hisacam can come and pick it up. Okay. And then of course, maybe even before that, reduce your waste. All of us, we can use less waste. We can use if you just use less plastic bags, less bottles, less everything. We can already reduce our waste with a very huge percentage.
And also very important for the farmers, because there are lots of farmers here, know that organic waste is a very good natural fertilizer for the ground. So making a compost and spreading afterwards, spreading it on the ground makes it really fertile, better than all chemical fertilizers that you can find. So that's also, I think, something really positive for the people.
Okay, as you've heard from the masters or those who are in charge, so I'll take this as an advice, or I'll take this as a privilege to advise those who are out there. Please help Cameroon grow and help the growing up society.
Finally, we have come to the end of this project or video, and I would like to say that with the assistance of my partner, Buea, I want to say that it is a success. And my last advice I would like to give to everybody watching it is that we should help manage our waste and also make the world a global village.
Finally, we have come to the end of our video, and I would like to say thank you to the Youth and Advocacy Network, Green Cameroon, and I would like to use this as a privilege to give a final advice to those who are out there. Please make Cameroon a global place and keep it clean for our coming up citizens. And I would like to say thank you to George and Clara for making this possible.